Sorry, my heart's beating really fast.
That's okay.
No rush. Okay, I wanted to ask you, you being such a big actor, what advice would you give to young people who want to be actors like you?
Gosh, I think to do it, for starters, like when you meet directors that, like Steven Spielberg, or you meet these amazing directors that, that have spent, like Martin Scorsese, they always make movies. Like, even if it was at home on an 8mm camera, they always make movies. And for people that want to be actors, do it. You just find ways to do it in your local community, your theater, all those things. And then once you get a piece of that, you really have to work hard. Luck will get you in the door sometimes, but luck will not sustain you. You have to work really hard, and you have to, be engaged, and you got to be a nice person. I know that that's sort of overlooked by a lot of people, but it helps a shit ton if you're a nice person. I just really can't emphasize that enough, because you go through ups and downs and peaks and valleys, and if you leave a good impression, and if you walk away as a professional and people respect how you are on set, they help you back up if you need the help back up. So when I was younger, I told the story earlier, but when I was younger, I was working on a TV show called Two Guys That Go on a Pizza Place, and I had just come from Canada, and I was nervous and scared. I was in America, and it was a big cultural shock for me. I know it doesn't seem like much because Canada is close, but I mean, there's a significant cultural gap there. And I was a little nervous and scared, and I was doing this TV show, the sitcom, in front of a live audience, and the producer of that sitcom saw that I was sort of being apologetic, or like I wasn't really sort of hitting the gas like I should. I wanted the other actors to have this sort of stage. And he walked up and he said, "Take the stage. Yeah. Just take the stage." And I didn't really know what he meant. He said, "Just own it. Get out there and own it." And I ended up, that was what changed my whole career, that one moment. And I went out there and I just owned it. I just took the stage, and I wasn't worried about overshadowing somebody else, or I wasn't worried about, because that's not what I was doing. I was just being the best I could be, and I took that advice with me through my whole, the next 23 years of this crazy journey, and that was the best advice I ever got, was just to take the stage, because I had a tendency to apologize for what I could do, and that's not what we should do.
Okay. Thank you.
Siguiente pregunta, CDC, Emanuel Romero. Emanuel.
Hi. Hi, Ryan. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Welcome to Mexico.
Thank you.
Ryan, the master James Cameron said like 3 or 2 days ago, guys, it's okay, superhero movies, but we need to tell another kind of stories. What do you think about it?
I missed the beginning of that. What was that?
The master James Cameron said like 2 or 3 days ago.
James Cameron.
Yeah, James
yes.
Cameron.
Yeah.
It's okay with superhero movies, but we need to tell another kind of stories. What do you think about it?
Well, I don't agree or disagree. I think James Cameron has proven himself to be one of the great filmmakers of several generations, and I think he could, he has a right to sort of speak his mind, as much as anyone else has a right to sort of disagree. I don't know. I'm all for more stories, different types of stories. I don't know. It's I think he's probably right to some degree. And then also, I don't know. I mean, he's making 4 movies in a row of one character or one role, so I don't know. Maybe he wants more room for those characters. I'm not really sure. But James Cameron's a genius, so I would tend. My instinct would be to listen to what he has to say and respect it. I don't, but that's not something I have a fully formed opinion on. I think, for sure, we should always have more stories, different kinds of stories.
Siguiente pregunta, Caras, Alejandra Morón. ¿Vale?
Hola, Ryan. Mi pregunta es...
Pégate el micrófono.
¿Cómo combinas tu vida personal con tu vida familiar y tu vida laboral?
How do you combine...
This works now. Yes. Although that was enjoyable. How do I combine my personal life with my work life? Well, I don't know. We travel together as a family. We stay together as a family. My kids are 3 and 1, so they're right at the age where they start. School's right around the corner. So at some point, we're going to have to make some hard decisions and stay home. To give them some stability. We just all travel together. So far it's worked out really well. My kids have been able to see parts of the world. Like, they've seen more of the world in their short lifespan already than I had ever seen until I was 25, 26, so it's kind of fun.
What are you afraid of?
What am I afraid of?
Ryan?
Oh wow. What am I afraid of? Gosh, I don't know. I'm certainly afraid of spiders. I mean, that's one thing. Anybody here likes spiders? I'm afraid of sleeping outside in the dark in Australia. That's a pretty common fear. I don't know. Yeah, I would say, that's about it that I'll say publicly. Yeah, the rest is,
Okay. Siguiente pregunta. Cine Swag, Nancy Casillas.
Hi, Ryan.
Nancy,
Here.
¿te puedes parar?
Oh, hi.
Hi, television.
Oh my gosh, hi. How are you?
Hi, how are you? Welcome to Mexico.
Thank you.
I have two questions for you.
Sure.
First one, to Deadpool.
Yeah.
Chimichangas or tacos de canasta?
Chimichangas. Go on.
Really? What's your favorite flavor?
My favorite flavor?
Of chimichanga.
Oh, of chimichanga. Oh gosh, I'll pretty much take any chimichanga anyway. Not the super spicy though. That kind of crushes me. So I don't know. My kids are like quesadilla crazy. So I think they're eating a lot of quesadillas. I try to snatch the food right out of my children's mouth. That's what I'm trying to say.
And the second one, how do you feel about being a superhero out of the film, out of the stage, with the kids, with the people, when the people come and scream with you? How do you feel about it?
Well, I get to play a superhero in a mask. So for the most part, it's kind of like a win-win. You know, a lot of times when I'm not in the mask in the movie, I'm wearing like hideous scar makeup and burn makeup. So it's sort of amazing. I'm not really me in the movie. I'm this other guy, and I'm just the visuals of it alone are just, it's always the guy in the red mask or the guy with the burn makeup. So although my kids just sob when I'm in the burn makeup, when I'm in the scar makeup, they just cry constantly. So they don't come to work when I have to dress like that. So, yeah.
Siguiente pregunta, Milenio, Eduardo Gutiérrez. Eduardo.
Hello, how are you?
Espérate,
I'm fine, thank you. Yeah, lubricated.
Well, I would like to make two questions. The first one is, as your character is going to be in Deadpool 3 and also in X-Force, if you can choose, how do you want that he evolves in these two films? And also, how do you feel with the opportunity to create laugh of yourself? I mean, with what happened at the end of the film, you're laughing at yourself. How do you feel with that opportunity? And also with all the references that you did inside of the film.
Yeah. First of all, there's no Deadpool 3. I don't know that there will be a Deadpool 3, just simply by virtue of the fact that to make Deadpool work as his own movie, you have to take everything away from that character. And I feel like we were able to do it in the first one, we were definitely able to do it in the second one, but to do it again in the third one would just sort of feel cruel. So I feel like to go on, we're going to be in the X-Force world, which Drew Goddard has one of the most amazing takes on that world that I've ever heard, that again, like, bends this whole genre into a different direction, which I'm excited about. And then after that, I don't know. I mean, we'll see. I might be singing Disney tunes or something in a Deadpool movie. It might be PG-13. It might be, so I get, 2 shits, 1 fuck, and a glass of white wine. So it could be tough. But and then you had one other question about something that I thought was interesting. So laughing at myself? Is that what you said? Yeah, I guess I'm laughing at myself, sort of in a really sick way at the end of the movie. But no, I think it's fun. I don't know. I think it's sort of, outrageous. It's sort of silly and absurd, and so that's kind of what Deadpool represents in those ones. And particularly an after-credits sequence, those are as absurd as you want them to be, and they should be absurd, and they should just bear no sort of semblance of reality whatsoever. So I don't know. I just thought that was fun. It was something I wanted to do. It was my hand that went up to say, let's shoot this, and it's a lot of fun. I watched it with an audience, and it was like a crazy standing ovation, which I didn't really know how to feel about. It was created a slight inner conflict for me, but it was pretty cool. Yeah.
Siguiente pregunta, Lucero Calderón, del Excelsior.
Hello.
Two questions. I want to know what did you experience the first time that you see yourself with this costume, with Deadpool costume?
Yeah.
And the second one, tell me about the Mexican references, because you are talking in the movie in different situations about Mexicans. The bad guy, Mexican with mustache, and I want to know about the phrase that you use, where ¿dónde está la biblioteca in Spanish?
Yes,
What did you
library.
that phrase? Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. I'm trying to think of the reference in the movie about the mustache. I don't know what that one is.
Bad guy.
No te oyes, Lucero. Te paras, por favor, y
I don't
no
know.
oímos nada. ¿Le pueden dar el micrófono a Lucero, por favor?
I don't know what that
No le
is.
oímos.
Could you please tell me about the Mexican references in your movie?
Yeah, no, Deadpool in the comics is very closely associated with Mexico and Mexican culture. He loves Mexican culture. He loves Mexican food. You know, the Donde está la biblioteca moment is really just to illustrate what an idiot Deadpool is, because what he thinks he's saying is, I don't bargain, pumpkin fucker. But what he's actually saying is, where's the library, as you can imagine, me sitting here. And then the other thing, I don't know what that, I can't imagine we'd ever have a reference in the movie about bad guys and Mexican mustaches. Oh, yeah. No, because we love Mexico. Even if we get the saying so. Oh, it wasn't in a bad way. Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't know. It's we just sort of love that. That was actually a piece that was in Deadpool 1 that we never used, and we wanted to put it in. So just the fact that Deadpool, took 8th grade Spanish and therefore thinks he's an expert on both Mexican culture and Spanish. So. Yeah.
What did you feel the first time that you used the costume?
Oh, the first time I saw the costume, it was traumatizing. I just thought, this is ridiculous, and I don't know how to do this, and I should quit. Because I really did. I remember going home to my wife and just saying, like, I'm wearing a gigantic red body condom for the whole movie. Like, how am I supposed to do this without just coming off like a complete idiot? And she sort of said, you just gotta own it. You just gotta own it, you gotta make it work. So I did this thing where I spent a few days with a camera crew, or a tiny camera crew up in Vancouver, and I just said the lines as crazily and wildly as I could. And somehow the sort of character pushes through the mask. And then once I saw that footage back, I thought, okay, I can do this. This is how this will work, And then we met with Weta, who's a company that animates the mask, just ever so slightly, and that's also been a sort of secret weapon for us as well. But really, like, it pushes through the mask. You can push through the mask. I just have to be bigger when I'm under the mask. So, yeah. So it ended up being great, but at first it was just trauma. Yeah.
Siguiente pregunta.